we are in a slightly different area, slightly different adventure. Greetings from Times Square, New York City. I am here for New York Fashion Week, and I'm here meeting with some of my pageant family, and I cannot wait to show you this adventure. Let's go take a look. Okay friends, this is actually future Megan with future Edith, and I have Gunnar Bear with me as well. So looking back at the footage I got for New York Fashion Week, and I realized that I missed some, so I decided it might make sense to have my future interjection come through and explain a little bit more what's going on, so you will be seeing me throughout this video. Let's start with the why. Why did I go out to New York City? Part of my pageant family, we have this really awesome director, and she was able to secure through her contacts the opportunity for us to walk in New York Fashion Week representing Jonathan Cain with some of his more couture evening gowns, and that is awesome. Ever since I was a little kid, this is something I wanted to do, so when the opportunity presented itself, of course, I made a point to figure out a way to get out there and walk into New York Fashion Week. I mean, what little girl, model, aspiring person doesn't want to do that? I knew that it was going to be a little bit of a go with the flow scenario. I know that my level of ABCD structured, be here at this time wearing this, is a little bit different than the more creative world, and that's okay. I knew that going into it. I knew it was going to be a fantastic show no matter what. So there's a lot of stuff that just kind of, okay, we're up in the air. I stayed with my maid of honor, Emily. She was very kind enough to, and gracious, to host me while she was still working. She's a full-time nanny in New York City, and the family that she works for, they also allowed me to stay in their condo while she was working, which is amazing. Super nice, beautiful home, super awesome family. Kids terrify me, and the little boy that Emily was nannying, 10 out of 10 good kid, so I'm very appreciative of that. So I left El Paso at 0:30 on Thursday morning, and on the flight there was actually some WWE wrestlers that were on my flight, and I did interact with them a little bit. No, I didn't get photos. I'm not that person. I don't like making things weird, but they were trying to figure out how many people were going to be on the airplane, and they could not for the life of them figure out that math, so naturally, being a math nerd, heyo, I helped them do some multiplication. So that was my interaction, which is kind of exciting. Got to New York City. I met my pageant director, Kristi, there. She's an awesome lady. If you guys ever have any interest in doing pageants at all, I'd love to put you in touch with her. She's got a wealth of experience. She's just a cool lady. And if you ever need any evening gown, any formal wear, any jewelry, I'd also like to make the introduction, because this lady has it all, or she can get it custom made for you if she doesn't have it in her inventory. Kristi, you were awesome. Thank you for this experience. So I got there, and then we took an Uber to her hotel, dropped her off, and then I went over to Emily's, where I got to meet Wyatt, hung out with Emily and her hubby Matt, super cool people, and then I went to bed. Next morning, I was going to be meeting up with my pageant family at Times Square, but naturally, Emily and I needed to pretend that we were fancy, and we went to a French restaurant, and it was super fancy. I had an amazing chocolate croissant. I had one of the best omelets of my entire life, and yeah, the food was good, company was great. Took the subway for I think like the second time in my life over to Times Square, met up with my gals, and you can see that happen now. done with some photos down in Times Square. We are going to go back to our hotel and then go down to Chinatown, and we are going to go do some stuff. I don't really know what we're doing. I am just here with the group, and then I saw this American flag and I wanted to show it off. So off we go to our next location. And of course, along the way to the hotel before we went and got lunch, we got distracted by some evening gowns. They were very sparkly, and I have no regrets stopping in that store even though we didn't really buy anything. Then, much to my immense surprise, I was able to help navigate us down to Chinatown, where we had some super awesome, was it pho or was it ramen? I think it was ramen. It wasn't as soupy as pho normally is. I don't know, I'm from the Midwest. It was good, that's all I know. To go up to fittings, but we found the biggest shrimp that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I just have to show it to you. Let's take a look. Look at him, they're so big. Gotta love the fish market. So after exploring Chinatown for a little bit, we went back up to a little bit west of the Times Square area, took the subway back, navigated that no problem, which is awesome. This is where some of the, I don't want to call it a cluster, but this is where some of the difference in organizationalness began to show. We were told that we needed to go to location X at time, I think 3 p.m. we needed to be there. So naturally, being the on-time person that I am, I got there, my group got there about 2:50. We used the ladies' room, and then we were met by building security saying that, I don't know what exactly happened. I don't think that the spot was ever actually confirmed with the building, or someone wasn't paid or something. But basically, we didn't have a spot where we were allowed to be, and we needed to leave. So naturally, we hung out in the building, and we didn't really want to get called trespassing or literally, so we called our director. Director showed up, got things squared away. She got all our badges for us, and then we were basically free for the rest of the day. Emily has set up a Valentine's dinner for us, so it was basically up to me to figure out how to get back to the condo that she was staying down in Tribeca. So I had an adventure. I don't want to say that I got lost, but, well, you'll see. Hey friends, it has been quite a day today between touring Manhattan, having breakfast at a French restaurant, going to Chinatown for lunch, and then trying to do some fitting stuff, which is a whole different story I'll tell you about later. But I had a bit of an adventure trying to get back to Emily's place. She's my host and she was my maid of honor. And I ended up, I don't want to say getting lost, but how about just a different kind of adventure that I was expecting to have. But I got to see Central Park, I saw Juilliard College, and now I have found the Hudson River. So yeah, let's go see what else I can find. Oh, and Mom, don't worry, I am fine, I promise. So next on the agenda, I am with Emily, who is my maid of honor and is hosting me this weekend. We are off to Galentine's dinner, and it's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to show you. Okay, Galentine's dinner. This was really, really cool. Emily set this up for me and 4 of her other gal pals there, and I loved it. It was a pink theme, which obviously y'all know I'm down for that. And I was quite possibly, in my opinion, one of the least successful, brokest, least educated people there. And I'm an engineer. I work in the DoD as a contractor. I'm working my master's in systems engineering, and I'm doing pretty well for myself in the Southwest. So that was really, really awesome. I love being the smallest fish in the pond. That gives me the opportunity to learn from other people. Hey, how did you get here? What are you doing? What advice do you have? How can I learn from you? And just help celebrate other women and their successes. I loved it. It was great. After we got home, I say home as in back to Emily's place, got a group chat text at 11:30 p.m. saying that we needed to be at location Q at 7 a.m. instead of location M at 10 a.m. like we had initially been told. So I'm so glad that this is one of the few times I'd actually stayed awake, because if I had gone to bed at my normal time of like 9 p.m., I would not have gotten the message and would not have gotten up in time to get to the fashion show. So yeah, I guess staying up has its perks.
Good morning, friends. Today is the day. It is fashion show day. We are representing the Glamour Girl Boutique. It is early. I haven't had much sleep or much coffee, but look at that. It is real. We are here. I've got my group over here. They're working on the venue and setup, and I am excited. Let's see how this day plays out. What could go wrong?
So I know most of you probably don't care what it takes to do the face for pageant or modeling world, but I want you to know, I'm looking at my computer right now. Hi, Waylon. And I've got about a half hour of footage of just putting a face on at the venue. I'll throw a little clip of it in there. I was talking with my gal pal Hannah as well. She's another title holder with me, and just catching up. So yeah, we didn't move as fast as we could have, but still, you know. Also, in the next clip that I'll show you, you will see the beautiful red dress that I was wearing. It's a Jonathan Kane, I believe a custom design, and it was for sale for $6,500, which is more than the little red Fiesta that I had. And it's just stunning. It is absolutely stunning. We went upstairs for better lighting. Better lighter, better lighting. I hope that you love that dress as much as I did, because it truly was beautiful. It was a little bit big on me, but I know that the whole point of this fashion show wasn't about me. It was about the gowns, the designs, how well it flowed, and goodness, that dress put on a beautiful show. I don't have any footage of it, but I do have some images, so I will stick them in and you can enjoy those as well. So here are those. So for the actual fashion show itself, I don't have any footage, and the footage that I did have, I didn't take, and I haven't asked for permissions to use it. I really want to respect everyone's copyright properties and all that jazz. So all I have are those photos to share of that. It was a fun event. This was a nice way to, I don't want to say finish, because I know that nothing is forever and who knows what opportunities I'll agree to in the future. But for now, this was a very nice way to close out my modeling chapter. I used to really enjoy modeling. It was great playing dress up, nice having a creative outlet away from math and processes and if-then statements and requirements. It was just nice to have that creative outlet, but I have since moved on to other things, just closed that chapter of my life, and what a way to go with New York Fashion Week. So what happened after the show? Walked back to Emily's place. It was only like 3 miles away, so I walked back there, and I just really enjoyed soaking in New York City, and I enjoyed it. Sunday morning, I hung out with Emily and then flew back to sunny El Paso. And that really was my New York Fashion Week experience. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Who knows what I will be doing next? Trying to think of my to-do list. Ooh, I got a new package I can't wait to open and share with you guys. And I've got the Death March, and then got a triathlon, and then Mount Kilimanjaro. So don't worry guys, I got plenty of stuff up my sleeves and plenty of dogs to keep you entertained with. So I will be seeing you guys soon. But as always, if you liked this content, feel free to give a little like. If you didn't like this content, let me know in the comments why you didn't like this adventure. And as always, I would love if you would subscribe. Thanks guys, and I will see you next time.